Hey everybody, it is your girl, Miss Motivational Mogul Mindset, Ava Cherie, the Inspire. How are you guys doing on this beautiful Wednesday here in the tri-state area? I wanted to come because I haven't been on for a while. I've been super busy and elated with the things that's taken place in my life. I also wanted to remind everybody to go over to my website, order my books. If you want me to do a pop-up, a speaking engagement, I appreciate you. So I wanted to come and say that. Go to www.avischerie.me, or you can go right here on my Instagram or social media platforms, click on the link in the bio, and you can get to my websites, YouTube, blogs, and everything else there. So I had a very good conversation last night with one of my mentors and a cohort, and it stirred up some inner or introspection. On my ride back home from Maryland last night, the conversation caused me to identify with some past trauma and disappointments that were set to discourage me, to hinder me, and to break me, to be totally honest, in my past. It was sent to break my confidence and my belief in self. And a lot of people look at me and know me to be very strong, which I am. And although I've written about a lot of my past trauma as a young adult, teen mom, or whatever, this particular thing happened about 11 years ago on the job. And it all stemmed from me taking a moral and ethical stand against something I opposed, I didn't believe in, because I'm a caregiver, I'm a nurturer, I'm a servant leader, I protect people. So I'm here to talk about the takeaway from it, not the situation, because I've never spoke about it. Because y'all know that's what I do. I eat up takeaways. So 11 years ago, I was told on the job that if I would have thought about myself more than I thought about my team, as far as pay raise, salary, training, whatever, that I would have been making over $100,000 back then. And for me, I thought that was a given because of the level of experience, the years on the job, and my education. So I didn't think that I had to fight my way, because I had done things on the job and contributed so heavy that certain things I did created other opportunities in other schools to be open. So I was in my first semester working in my PhD in philosophy and behavioral analysis. And when I was asked to do something unethical and illogical to me, it was the last straw. To be asked to do something unethical to get a bag is not an option for me, because too many people depend on me and trust me and know my character and know that ethics is a huge thing for me. And I'm being trusted with people's lives. So as a consequence, I was given an ultimatum to do it or be released from my position as the director of mental health. So I walked. And as a result, I haven't worked for anyone since. I've created my own streams of income. At the time, my children were young adults, so we all contributed to the household. I believe in family contributing. And although I created multiple streams of income, sometimes it was consistent and sometimes not so much. But I vowed to myself in 2011 to never pay or charge less for anything that I did that I was making on the job before I was let go. So whatever services I provided, I started at a base pay, say $25 an hour. And the more things that I use my expertise, I charge $35 an hour. And that was then. Many people close to me know how difficult it was for me. I had just turned 40. Same year I got married for the first time. And all of my children were, again, young adults going through their own things. So I was becoming a more mature parent, facing more mature things, and trying to identify and find myself in the middle, because I love what I do in the behavioral sciences. I literally love that so much. God had a plan for me in so many ways aside of myself. I had to believe and take a leap of faith, and I had to really get in tune with where God was leading me. So in 2014, I birthed 501c3. I applied for it by myself. I didn't get any help. I got my One Touch Outreach Ministries open. In 2017, I created a round of nano teddy bears, which is like a Build-A-Bear for my grandkids. I put my voice, a card with it. And I eventually, as of this year, just got the certificate of trademark. In 2019, I started Ava Cherie Publishing. Since then, I've written 5 books, 3 paperback, 1 ebook, and 1 audiobook. The Price of Evolution series. The first installment was Sanctified Sacrifices of Healing and Deliverance. The second book of that series is Wounds to Wins, which was just previously released. So go grab that. I'm working on my 3rd installment of the Price of Evolution series as we speak. Oh, and I also did a book with Les Brown and Dr. Cheryl Wood, You Are Enough. I did the conference, which was great last year. And yeah, I did a COVID book as a reminder what we should do when we came back into society, and talking about mental health. And I also just did my first kids book that I did for a select group of parents and children. So, I'm getting my hands wet in a lot of things. I appreciate the support. And as of 2021, I opened a day spa here in Delaware that I loved, but I took a hit and had to close it. And in between, I was casted for a mental health roundtable show that'll be airing this year. And I've also done many voiceover gigs. The things that get stirred up in me is how to answer what I do, how do I do it, and what do I do it for? I'd have to say it's God-driven, servant leadership-driven, living a selfless life, and faith-driven. Because as you live selflessly for others, you have to know that your needs will be met on the backside. And I have to always trust and believe in myself. It's not an I in all of this. There's always been a we and a us. And although I use the word I for many of my accomplishments when I'm referring to myself, in the midst of that, as a leader, I have to always acknowledge the team, which is my family, my immediate circle. They support, they believe wholeheartedly. They've never seen me set out a goal that I didn't accomplish and achieve. And because of that, I was able to lead them, build confidence with them. We also contribute as a family. And we believe in each other the same way. No matter what field, whatever you're doing, we believe and we support. So I have to say that the conversation sparked introspection, which I know that confirms that it was a good conversation, genuine conversation. And I have to take a look at some things as far as in the process. Women and men go through different stages in life. And in my 40s was the most difficult. Trying to reinvent myself with the unexpected, trying to reinvent myself as a mother, as a wife now, and as Avis Cherie. People would ask me all the time, are you doing that again? Or now you're doing something else? Now you're doing this, now you're doing that. And it makes you doubt yourself. And inadvertently, I think people do that. They plant seeds of doubt because they can't imagine how you do what you do or why you're doing what you do. And for me, I was never driven on financial because I was a teen mom. I had already did the struggle. I knew my works would pay off. I've already seen it. But I had to come to the reality that I wasn't making the money that I made. So I had to make whatever I do count. And that filled me up with so much richness and wealth that it afforded me opportunities to receive the financial blessing attached to my good deeds. So I don't question whether I should deviate from that. But what I do know is iron sharpens iron. You need people around you that's going to challenge you and your way of thinking and crack that mold that there's new things out here to get you to a bag and still walk in your alignment. There's people that will actually extend a helping hand and an interest in you, and you guys pour into one another because you know me, what's the word? Reciprocity. I think it's an overpouring into one another. And I think through that decade time period, I was overpouring into others without any coming back. And I'm at this point now where I was living in a drought. I had spiritual advisors to my spiritual father and mother who came in and poured into me for the battles that I was fighting in the spirit. And now I've leveled off to know there's certain things that I want. There's certain boundaries I have in place. And I have to have that same vigor and confidence that I need to go and achieve it just like I've achieved anything else, whether someone is applauding me, supporting me, or even checking for me. You understand what I'm saying? So I know I talk to my clients about all of this all the time. And quite often I come and give my own testimony. And that's just basically what Wake Up Wednesday is. It woke me up and shook up some things that, Avis, you need to chin check yourself. You need to dust off some things that you may not think be hindering you, and they are. Because I am bold, I am strong, I am courageous. And I have a way of doing things that work then that may not work now. I have to let myself go and be free from the shackles of stress and everything. Free to know that I am the ish, okay? And okay with saying it. I'm a confident person, but I don't have to wait to be confident to master it. I could be confident just knowing that I show up for myself, just knowing that I'm going to go get it, and assuring myself that my needs will still be met on the other side, that God is going to send me somebody to take my hand and guide me and walk me through, that's going to restore the confidence that the devil tried to strip from me during the times and the bouts of worry and stress and dealing with everybody's issues and being here to, I'm talking about everybody as far as my family, dealing with on go with crises, you know. Instead, now I want to just chill and have the vibe. And I know that that's who I am, but I want to come and say that it's very easy to get lost too, especially when you love hard, especially when that's been your mode of operating. It feels good to have somebody come and peek in your life just a little bit, but have no qualms about saying, you lack confidence in this area, and I don't know why, because you the shit. Or someone to come and say, wow, you did all that by yourself? I need your help. It's okay to announce who you are, because if you don't, nobody will know. So I want to thank my cohorts and my mentor, Be Easy and DJ Delight. You have been a tremendous blessing. And the Quick and Easy DJ School, James the Great, Quicksilver, you have been a blessing. Every time we've seen and gathered, there has been some sort of level of inspiration, motivation, and I treasure and value every piece, whether you guys know what you're doing or not. So I just want to tell somebody, get around, step out of your comfortable zone, and know you the shit wherever you go. Everyone won't be intimidated by you or threatened where they sabotage you, because I faced that before. A lot of people just want to get to know so we can grow together. All right? Don't be afraid. Everybody's not like that. Unfortunately, there's a majority that is. But some people just really, really want to see you win and don't know why you won't let go. That is the Wake Up Wednesday moment. Let yourself go and trust that you're going to land with the confidence you need to exceed, excel, and go beyond your greatest expectations. All right? This is your girl, Miss Motivational Mogul Mindset, Ava Cherie, the Inspired. Soon to come is my alter ego. Now, I'm going to be posting more and more of DJ Cherie Moore posts as I journey through my DJ classes and growth. And I hope you're ready for it. I don't know if I'm going to do a TikTok. Somebody asked me to. I don't have time to do these social medias because they ain't paying me. But no, I just want to share my journey. You know, people love to know what's going on with me. A lot of people call, a lot of people text and DM me, and I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? But I am a perfectionist. I'm a Virgo. And I thought, you know, I'm not going to post it like any DJ warm-up videos until I mastered it. But that goes against everything I believe, because I believe show your process and your progress. Don't just show the finished product. Because a lot of times as a mother and going to school, doing everything, a lot of little girls and young ladies look up to me and be like, oh, but you did it like this. But I'll be like, no, don't miss the middle. So check out my website. Everything's there. I'm appreciative. And I want to say, I had a question about the voiceover gigs because somebody's seen it in my bio. And the young lady asked, how do you get into it? Well, I did my audiobook, and the person who mixed and mastered my audiobook, they're in the entertainment industry, and they like my voice, and they suggested that because I'm a storyteller and writer to get into voiceovers. So I'm gonna give you an example. People ask which voiceovers you do. When it comes to voiceovers, there are people that do voiceovers every day on TV commercials that you never know who they are. I know their voice. So I'm gonna give you 3 people: Queen Latifah, MC Light, and Tommy Davidson. So I could be in another room and my ear is astute. I have a musical ear. So I know the voice. I know how they fluctuate the voice, the tone. And you would never know. It could be dishwashing liquid. It could be an insurance commercial. You never see their face. You have to be tapped in. And so when I do voiceover gigs, I don't know what company it's going to. I just have to wait until I hear my voice. You know what I'm saying? So It's a great lucrative business. It's good to get on a roster that's going to keep you employed. It's a lot of work. I do plan my days and nights. I put everything in a calendar so I can be organized as much as possible. I do miss some things, but for the most part, I work until about 2, 3 in the morning. Some days I have to take off the wig and do my pixie cut, my natural hair. I have to audition with black hair. Some days I have to audition with another wig. I do a lot of auditions for non-speaking roles, extras, and like I've auditioned for Kanan. I've auditioned for VH1 Crime Family. I've auditioned for Power Book, a lot of stuff. And through the night, if I see something I can go for, I just go ahead and get into that character. So yeah, you know, my days and nights do run consecutive. I never really slept well in the beginning anyway, but I'm not a morning person, so I flip my days and nights. I get up every morning at 7:30, let my dogs out, pray, meditate, and I try to go back to sleep between the 9 and 11. And I come on, I do my household stuff. Sometimes dinner is done before 1 o'clock because then from there I'm in the studio. And now incorporating DJing into that, I'm practicing what I've learned. I'm practicing building my confidence so I can go out and control the crowd. And that's something I really want to do. And I don't want any hindrances or blocks for me to do that because I love setting the atmosphere. Then I do vlogs or I do my quotes. God gives me something to give to you guys. If I don't have anything, I'm not just going to get up here and talk. Also, I love broadcasting. So yeah, like it's a lot that I love to do that is who I am. But when I do these things, I pick and choose my platforms specifically. For instance, I'm not going to be somewhere talking on a subject that I don't know. Servant leadership, I know. Healing, I know. Warfare, I know. Mental health, I know. So for me, my job every day is to create a revenue in the things that I love to do. And my ministry is to pour out and serve others, not attached to a bag, in the things that God loves me to do. Okay? Yeah, that's my stance, man. That's where I'm at right now at 50. Y'all know I just had my birthday, September 2nd. 50 is no different. But 45, between 43 and 45, I was a wreck trying to figure out who I was, you know? Yeah, I just wanted to come and share this Wake Up Wednesday moment because I looked at myself and said, maybe the old way of doing things was safe for me because I knew I could perfect it. And when I am faced with a challenge, understand that I can face that too. And it may be different, it may be new territory, but if God dropped the seed into your belly and it's beginning to birth, walk into it just like it's your child. Walk into it just like it's a gift. And own that ish, okay? And do that ish. All right, so this is your girl, Miss Motivational Mogul Mindset, Ava Cherie, the Inspire, and so many other things. Until next time, God's love and God's peace to you all.
Please wake up.